All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to introduce you to another one of our real estate partners, João. João, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, so thank you, Joseph, for having me. So my name is João Santos Pinto. I've been a lawyer for more than 25 years. I'm partner at CVSP, a law firm based in Lisbon, Portugal. So we are a boutique. We offer several legal services to clients. I am also a tax lawyer. So therefore, we assist with relocation of foreigners to Portugal, with advice on tax matters, also assistance with real estate matters, namely the conveyancing of property acquisition. Also for clients that they want to set up a business in Portugal, we also assist them with the setting up of a company here. And our clients, our clientele, mainly 90% of our clients are foreigners.
Mhm.
So we are very used to deal with international clients. Yeah.
Wonderful. So the reason that we have Joel on the call is because in real estate, whenever you're doing real estate here compared to maybe the US and Canada and probably some other countries, you typically don't have a lawyer that comes in. But if there is a lawyer, the documents have been done way in the past and they're adjusted and you don't even know that the lawyer exists. Here, a lawyer is your right-hand man. You have a real estate agent, you have a mortgage broker, but if you want things to get done, you need somebody like Joao in your corner to make sure things are done properly. Because if not, things can get really fuzzy and go south really quickly. Joao,
Yeah.
whenever it comes to people moving here and they're getting ready to do these real estate transactions, what are some of the things that you advise them to make sure that are done whenever they're getting ready to purchase a property?
Okay, so like you said, so my first advice is to hire an independent lawyer, because an independent lawyer it's in the best position to give you advice on that property, namely if it's a good fit or if there are any kind of legal issues. So when finding a property, so one may need to to check the liens, encumbrances, and to see if there are any kind of red flags. Typically in Portugal, unfortunately, sometimes there is a mismatch between the areas that are on the no tax booklet on the land registry, and sometimes it could be even a deal breaker.
Mhm.
So I also advise them to it's not a real common practice in Portugal, but I really advise. And by the way, some of the clients they already asked me that. So which is to hire an independent surveyor to do an independent survey to check the if there is any issue, structural issue with the property as well. And of course, I mean, we need to educate the clients because they sometimes they are used to pay in escrow. In Portugal, it's not that common. And yeah, I mean to explain how does it work, in Portugal. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, for a lot of expats that are moving here, they're not used to dealing with, okay, this property might have liens, this property needs to be surveyed, all these things that the bank's going to want
Yes.
beforehand in order to make this process go a lot smoother. So it's good for them to be able to understand this. Another
Mhm.
question that I have for you is we have a lot of, and I'm sure you get this as well, a lot of expats who ask tax questions. How am I
Correct.
going to be taxed moving from the US? How am I going to be taxed moving to Canada? What is the new NHR? Can you explain some of that process whenever people are moving here, even if it's just surface level so they get a better understanding of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we give full support to clients, namely, we recommend the clients to have so consultation with us even before, returning us for the entire service. So they can ascertain, all the issues. And by the way, so yesterday I was talking to an American client. I told them certain things
Mhm.
he was not even aware. So I mean, my advice is that the clients to be aware even before relocating to Portugal, what would be the potential liabilities, issues. So in a way they can make, like a conscious, decision. So regarding the NHR, as we know it, the old NHR, so to say, so now it's cancelled. There are, in some cases, the clients, they still benefit under transition, period. Of course, now I don't want to bother you with all the details.
Yeah.
So there is a new, so to say, a so-called the NHR 2.0, but we are still waiting for additional regulations so we can really understand what would be the ultimate benefits. So in that regard, I would say at this stage we are somehow in a in a limbo, unless the client benefit from the old NHR, or in some cases they tell, what, I'm American, I'm going to be taxed in the US anyway. The tax burden you are telling me, it will not affect at all because I will get the foreign tax credit, so it does not really make a difference. So my point is, one size does not fit all. So you need to carefully see your particular case and situation, so you can really understand what would be the final outcome. Yeah.
So whenever a client is coming to you, the goal is to have initial phone call to make sure that they're a fit for what the services that you guys provide, right? Your team provides and you provide. So those of you who are watching this video, whenever you're saying, hey, Joseph, we need a lawyer, the first thing we're going to do is going to introduce you to João so that you have a conversation with him. Make sure that what he provides matches what your goals are in terms of whether it's opening a business, it's understanding taxes better and utilizing his tax services, and or looking at your documentation for the property that you're going to be purchasing, because he may not fit exactly what you want and you may not fit exactly what he does. So I think that's really important for you to understand. And that first call, João, just to be clear, is a free of charge call, right? It's just an introduction call at that point.
Yeah, I mean, if we are talking about introduction call, so we are talking about the 15-minute call. Of course, I would not give, a tax advice, so to say. I will roughly explain all the outcome and so on. So yeah, and then if the client wants and feels confident that would need to thoroughly discuss the details, then would need to to have a paid consultation, one hour consultation. Probably it would be enough in some cases.
Yeah, so they would hire you for your services at that point in time if it's a match. So João is located in Lisbon. Those of you who are wondering where he's located, I believe you said that earlier. João, one question I have for you: what is your favorite restaurant in the area that you live in, or favorite restaurant in Lisbon?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, I've got like an eclectic taste. So I've just recently I visited Japan, so
Nice.
I'm looking for Japanese, food in Lisbon. But I mean, a good restaurant. For instance, near our office, there is a restaurant from Mozambique. So it's a very good restaurant. So I definitely recommend that one, which is Oliveira's.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So whenever
among others.
yeah, I don't want to leave any out. So whenever those of you who have your call with him, and if you're in Lisbon, he can recommend a couple of restaurants for you in the local area. And so João, if what we'll continue to do, of course, we're working together. My assistant Eva, those of you who already know, Eva makes all the connections for us because she keeps me straight. Because we have hundreds of clients that are coming in, and we're doing our best to keep up. But your lawyer who we're going to be sending you to will be João, and I think it's important for those of you to be able to see him, meet him, virtually first, and who you're going to be getting on a call with. And this is something that we're trying to make sure we make better for clients, and obviously for João, so that the relationship is built much smoother. João, any closing thoughts or anything that you want to cover before we end the call?
No, my closing thoughts is you are most welcome, all the foreigners that want to relocate to my beautiful country, and we will treat you well. Yeah.
Awesome. And it is beautiful almost every single day. Well, João,
not perfect, of course, not perfect, but beautiful.
Yeah, it's not perfect. I think I try to highlight the good, bad, and ugly of everything that goes on, but it is better than a lot of places. I will say that after
Yeah.
being here for over
Yeah.
2 years. Well, João, we appreciate you. I look forward to our clients continuing to meet you. I look forward to continuing our relationship. And thank you so much for taking the time to get on this call with us.
Okay, my pleasure. Sounds great. Thank you.